segment. Hey. So tell me about the last year of your life.
Tell you about the last year of my life?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's been going on with, I heard that he might get signed to Virgin or something?
Yeah.
Is that still a happening thing, or?
Well, now the record that we made is coming out on Caroline.
When did you make that?
Back in November.
Did you record it up there, White Room or stuff? Or?
No, we recorded it at a house that we rented.
Did Tony do most of the work on it?
No, these guys from Bongload, you know the label Bongload?
I might have seen it. I don't have anything on it. But.
They put out that Beck single Loser before he went to DGC and all that.
But that production?
Yeah.
So this is gonna sound a lot fuller than the last things. I finally got Dead Air.
Oh yeah,
You're right.
Good.
Rock album.
That's not a very good record. Yeah, I think.
Nice song.
Oh great, thanks.
Yeah, so tough. You're just gonna do it on your teeth.
Yeah. Oh man.
Busted.
Yeah, broke.
Oh well. Broke up.
I think I'm gonna just go for another one.
Might be safe.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, so they came up and helped us. It was kind of all of us doing the production work, though.
How many of your songs ended up on there?
I think about half of it. Like,
And were any of those songs that were on any of your other releases?
no, they were almost all of them were going to be songs that were going to be on my next solo record, but
Are any of them mellow, or they all have that?
a lot of them are mellow. Yeah, the whole record's mellower. Yeah.
For a while, it seemed like your stuff and Heat Miners were miles apart.
Yeah, now it's not so different now.
You think you might incorporate some of your stuff? Because for a while there, I thought he's gonna bail.
Well,
For a while,
it's unclear what's gonna happen, but yeah, like stylistically, they're more similar now than they used to be. Because I got my own 8-track and stuff to do my solo stuff on, and I also got a drum set, and I borrowed a bass. So now I'm doing some songs have like drums and bass and stuff.
tell me about how you record. Tell me about recording Roman Candle.
That was in JJ's basement. She was
The manager, JJ.
Yeah, I was going out with her at the time. And one of her roommates had a 4-track.
What kind of work?
Well, there was a few songs I did on a different 4-track that was nicer. And then there was this 4-track that was there that was like pretty bottom of the line. And there was like a Radio Shack mic and like a normal 57. And
I have a bunch of like the stuff that we do. We have I have a couple PCMs. I rigged one up for an overhead on the kit and one inside the kick drum, and then I mic everything like this $40 Radio Shack mic. I shopped around and they have some $40 ones that are pretty much equivalent to a 57. So I have one 57 I used to for the snare.
yeah.
But you can get away with stuff pretty cheap.
Yeah.
How did you mic? Or how did you position the mics to record the acoustic? Like how far away? And
As close as possible, because
did you EQ them at all?
no, there wasn't any EQ on the 4-track. There was like bass and treble. So I probably turned the treble up.
And how did you
down?
How did you record the drums? Like on some of that stuff, there's some, on the second one, the Kill Rock on the first drum. How did you position the mics to that? Or did you do that one by yourself? Or?
Yeah. That one was over at another friend's house, and she had an 8-track.
Okay.
She had a 58. And I don't know, sort of above the drums. I think on that song, Christian Brothers,
That was like Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover.
I liked it better when I thought it was Crispin Glover.
Yeah. On that song, the mic was close to the snare, and then there was another one on the cymbal, I think. But on most of the time, it was just like sort of put it above this stuff. Oh, I need to tell.
I had this theory on how you ended up at Sebadoh.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is my theory, because I just looked for a connection. I figured Tony had worked with Eric Matthews. Eric Matthews had worked with Lou. Is that the connection, or was it just a purely
No.
musical connection?
No, it's just I played in Boston a while ago,
Yeah.
and Lou came out, wanted to see the show, I guess, and it was his birthday, and I ended up drinking champagne and talked a little bit. But yeah, a little bit before that, they had called me up and to see if I wanted to go on tour with them, but I hadn't really met them yet. So I don't know why. I guess they just
Like your stuff.
I guess, yeah.
So, when I first moved to Portland, my roommate told me that Heat Miser was a total homocore band. So for a long time, when we listened to your record, we were like, we always tried to fill in the stories, you know.
What, do you think me and Neil were boyfriends or something?
No, but I had seen Neil with his boyfriend at some show, and he was funny. He's like grabbing the back of us, getting him kissing us, like, yummy. We were just laughing because in this town you don't see people that comfortable with things, and in Portland it's just such a great town. Everybody's just comfortable, whether people around them or not.
Yeah, well, not everywhere, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we always thought that they were. But then I think you started. Well, I was still living there because I used to run into you every now and then at the Luna, and I thought you were seeing the tall, short black hair bass player.
Yeah, yeah.
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 And I think I'd run into you once at Dots right before I was ready to go back here, and I bullshitted with you for a minute. Yeah, she's hilarious. She intimidated the fuck out of me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just like a cool, tough chick.
I was kind of intimidated by her at first, too. She's kind of quiet.
What's up? Every now and then my buddy Jonathan tells me what's going on in Portland. Told me about Golden Delicious. Who's doing that?
Pete Krebs from Hazel.
Pete. Yeah, it's record and the 7-inch he didn't do.
He just recorded a new solo record at my house. I'm like the producer.
What's Hazel up to? I heard they were finally done.
No, they're still playing.
The Team Dress stopped.
Did they?
I don't know if any
I
of
don't
those
know.
bands always seem like kind of loose projects anyways. I mean, I don't know if you really break up a situation like that, you know. And every time Sebadoh's done with the record, I always wonder if that's it, because they all have so much other shit going on. What about junior high?
That's my girlfriend's in that band.
Okay.
Joanna, the one you were talking about.
Yeah. What's the other, isn't it
Sean Krogan from
Sean-
Cracker Bash.
Right.
He's my roommate.
Okay.
He's the
Yeah, I used to see him all the time.
he's the singer.
Okay.
in that
Do
band.
they have anything out?
No, but they will soon.
What about Cold and Delicious?
I don't know if they have anything out.
And it doesn't now Pizza Golden Delicious?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like country-ish, hillbilly stuff or something?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Do they have something out or no?
I don't know. I don't know of anything, but there could be something that I don't know about.
Did you go to Europe with these guys?
Mm-mm. No. I've just been on the tour since New York or Philadelphia or something. Last couple of weeks.
You had told me I think you were from Texas originally.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about when you came from Texas and what prompted that. Did you play in Texas and what did you do there?
No, I moved out of there when I was 14 because of family problems. And, I don't know. I don't really want to get into it.
Right.
But,
Are a lot of those things reflected in songs on Running Candle?
some of them, yeah.
Are those situations mostly fairly true stories adapted into song form here and there?
Well,
Condor Avenue?
I don't know. Condor Avenue is not a very... Condor Avenue I made up when I was, like, 17 or so. So, by the time I recorded it, for that record, I'd already recorded it like 2 or 3 times before, and it was on like its 4th or 5th lyric, which still had pieces of all the versions before it, so it didn't make much sense anymore.
That one where, because we thought that Heatmiser was a homocore band, when you would sing, we're like, oh, he's a gay junkie. And we thought, man, he's got good reason to have dark songs. Like, he was an abused child and a gay junkie. And we kind of figured that's why you were so good.
No, I'm not gay, and I'm not a junkie.
There's a lot of talks about the rubber loop, this, that, and everything.
Yeah.
And then the last time I saw you looked 6, so I thought, wow, it's cold turkey.
A lot of those songs have to do with a while ago. Yeah. I'm not really writing songs that, because a lot of people seem to say, like or not a lot of people, but some people in their review would say like, oh, these songs are all about dope or whatever, which I thought totally missed the point, because
I thought they were about human misery. I thought
right. I mean,
the
they
other
could
issues were really just kind of the medium that the person might live in, but everyone has that.
Right. Yeah, it was like that happened to be the vehicle then, and that's where I was at then. But they could have just as easily been about love or something. It'd still be about the same thing, which was, to my mind, more like dependency and stuff like that.
The second album, were they around at the same time? Because they both have. There's some same moves, like what's the opener, Needle?
Needle in the Hay.
Yeah, that was on the 7-inch before it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the record store here, they talked to me the other day, and they said, oh, that Needle in the Hay 7-inch thing and blah, 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 blah. Like, they thought it was after the album.
That's okay, come in. Okay. No, it's no problem.
Shane? Yes. What's your name?
Debbie.
Debbie, hi, Debbie.
Okay.
Yeah, the second album seems more the folk storytelling thing, where the first one seems more autobiographical.
Huh. Well, that's good. I thought it was the other way around.
The range, like you started writing here and just kind of became more the observer at the end of the bar.
The first one I didn't have any idea it was gonna ever come out. I was just doing it. I've been doing stuff like that since I was like 14 or 15.
Hasn't that ended up being the biggest seller on Cavity Search stuff?
Maybe. I thought
I heard that was the biggest thing they ever sold.
Maybe. I think, yeah, they actually gave me a check the other day. I think it was the first time they'd gotten to pay a band for record sales, and they were really excited. It was weird that they were happy to be paying someone, but they're really nice guys.
Yeah.
The first one I didn't know was going to come out. The second one I knew it was, and I thought it sounded more like I was presenting something more so than the first one.
The first one, that's just one of those, it's hard for you to, it's just one of those records you hear and there's like, this will be one of my favorite records till the day I die.
Oh, that's really nice. That's cool.
That record's on that list. The Cardinal thing, Eric Matthews record, the Richard Davies record. Some old Sebadoh stuff. Fleetwood Mac Rivers, Heart and the Queen, those records. But yeah, and generally anytime I've ever played that to people, the jaw drops. Matter of fact, last time I saw you at the Congo, my friend Jay just thought, he's a great guitar player. After we went home that show, my friend Jay said, I'm selling my guitar, I'm never playing music again.
Oh, that's...
He couldn't believe that, because you do that combination of chords and picking, he just couldn't believe that it was one guy. That a really skilled guitar player.
Huh.
Which I'm a drummer, so I don't look at things. I just have nice songs, lots of melody, beautifully executed, but I never realized that
There's a lot better guitar players than me, that's for sure. I mean...
Yeah, I guess Satriani's going to be here next week.
Well...
I have this theory, too, that someday Paul Simon's going to hear one of your records. He's going to be calling you up.
No, I don't think he'd call me up after what I said about him.
Yeah. Rip on him?
Well, when that first record came out,
oh yeah,
like one person said that it sounded like Paul Simon, so then everybody else who reviewed it had to bring up Paul Simon's name in order to say that it didn't sound like Paul Simon. Simon's name just kept appearing in all the the few reviews that I got, and it was just
59th
ridiculous.
Street
Like,
Bridge is what I
this is
thought.
supposed to be, isn't this supposed to be my review, not Paul Simon's review?
Right. It reminded me of just the boxer, the mood that those songs set, and the subtle vocals and the way those guys sang together. That kind of comes off in the way that you do your overdubs.
Well, I can't
That's a
really
good-
stand most of what Paul Simon did,
The
and
solo stuff or the
just in general. There's some songs that I like, but there's just like all that. There's stuff like "Fool Said I, You Do Not Know," "Silence Like a Cancer Grows." It's just I don't know. It's a different time, but anyway, I ended up like saying someone was interviewing me, and I said that Paul Simon was a pompous ass, and so then that kept getting reprinted, which was cruel and unusual, and not probably true, but
was there a time over the last couple of years with the way the whole indie rock scene that you thought it was gonna die? For me, I thought it was.
the indie rock scene. No.
With certain bands getting on MTV and stuff, did you ever feel that it might be a threat to the?
No, I mean, it's always, I don't know, it's,
I think it's
there's always a lot of crap on the radio. That's just the way the radio is.
I thought if it kept going the way it was, but I think it started encompassing more styles of music, mellower acoustic stuff. I think if it kept going, because that whole 4-track lo-fi thing was just. I got a bunch of stuff from Trooper that, 10% of it's phenomenal. And the other, I think I missed Bob up here.
I liked it better, like, at one time it seemed like SST was kind of the big label, and they were putting out all this like stuff that was being called post-punk, and it seemed like punk was growing. And no, the only thing that kind of got on my nerves was like, hey,
Is everybody's room?
oh yeah,
Okay.
was like when the whole punk revival happened, except this time without any without the way of life or whatever, without the meaningful part, just the look and the sound and the style. It's like that's the only thing that kind of got on my nerves. I didn't feel like the indie scene was dying out. I just felt like punk was getting narrower instead of bigger.
It's weird. And just like I said, the stuff I like today is Derek Matthews, Elliott Smith, mellow kind of stuff. I don't feel punk rock anymore. I'm
Well,
not angry anymore. I'm just bummed out, discouraged, cynical.
I think things that push out different ways, and like I didn't feel like Rancid was pushing anything out, but it's sentimental, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'm not, not necessarily pushing anything out either. But that seemed like at one point there were all these. It was being called post-punk, and it seemed like this positive growth or movement of punk, like expanding itself. But now it's just like back to old school, but now it's all over the radio, or not right now, but like last year or whatever. This seemed like a,
Right now, crap is kind of kicked in. Dave Matthews Band, Ezra, that kind of stuff.
yeah, but there's always some good stuff on the radio.
Yeah.
There's like Sebadoh has that song on the radio now, and
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, it was
Bush
it
was a
Sebadoh
bummer.
featuring that guy who played bass and vocal.
Right.
But I think that worked well. Hi, Luke.
I know.
What other stuff are you listening to right now? What's going on? Important stuff.
Other Portland stuff.
Anything else going on up there that's interesting?
Well, I like that band Junior High you're talking about. But then again, my girlfriend's in it, and so is my roommate.
Junior High?
Yeah.
That's a good band name.
Here, what's the other one? Pete Krebs's band there, Golden Delicious. That's a pretty classic band name too. Isn't there some Portland metal called Rollerball now or something?
Yeah, there's a band called Rollerball.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of bands there.
Didn't you do something on a Sony P with Aaron?
Yeah, I played drums on a Sun song.
Yeah, what was that? What song was that? Was that the
I think it was called Diners Club. It was on a like a one of those 7 inches with 4 bands,
Okay.
and they had one song.
It seemed like they had a bunch of remixes on that last album, and it seemed like I saw your name as being like the remix engineer. I just kind of pictured you doing turntables.
I don't know. I mean,
Maybe it just said thanks to Elliott.
I was over at Aaron's house recording a song one time, and he played me some stuff, and we sort of started helping each other out. So now we kind of like, on occasion, we'll help each other do stuff. So
Do you tend to like Doug Marsh's stuff?
yeah, actually, yeah, I totally forgot when you asked me what I was listening to.
Yeah,
I got a copy of the new Built to Spill record.
Brand new?
Yeah,
Is it out yet? Or?
no,
How is it?
and it's great.
What's the person
It's
out?
really
Do
good.
you know who else is
Scott.
playing on it?
No, I don't think so. Scott Pluff from who used to be in the Spinades, and
Probably what's his name from Caustic? Brent?
yeah, I think that guy.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like album of the year to me. But
Is Up putting it out?
no, it's their major label
It's like,
debut. I think Warner is or whoever,
wow.
and it's a great day for rock and roll because usually like the first record on a major is really sort of insecure sounding, and this one is like totally confident sounding.
You hear that
It's
last
really
EP they
good.
did? Don't Spill Out the Grimson?
I heard part of it. Yeah.
Just the first song's like this epic. And every time he sings, you're just like, buddy. He sounds like your best friend when he sings.
This record has some of the saddest songs I've heard in a long time on it. They're really good.
Great. When you were doing were you always kind of known like up in Portland as the breath guy?
So what?
The first show I saw you, what's his name? The drummer guy who worked kind of knows I was yelling that I'll put the raps on your thing.
Oh yeah.
And at the last show, me and a couple of my buddies were yelling at that. How did that fit? That just a private joke?
Oh, put the raps on
On
it?
the breath of songs.
Oh, there was this friend of mine, Eric, who said that one time.
That's Eric,
Not about my songs.
the drummer guy
Yeah, the drummer guy.
from Star Power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, he walked into the bar and
Is that
gave me a hug or something. No, it was just like sometime when I saw him, it didn't have anything to do with music or anything. But then we just say that to each other.
That's become kind of the saying between our friends because I've taped a bunch, two shows now. Everyone has the tapes. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I work for Old Navy, which is that little clothing store owned by the Gap. And everyone, it's good for me because I tend to just either hang out by myself or that small little clique. So and everyone gets interested when everyone's interested. I'll make tapes for people like Bill Spill, Elliott Smith, some of your stuff with Heat Miser, some Hazel, some Pond, and people like it. Like nice, clean-cut girls that drive Jeep Cherokee. But this girl I know Jessica, crazy about Elliott Smith and Bill Spill. She doesn't like anything else. That's it. So if it was on the radio, it probably would reach more people. And it would sell more records.
I don't think it's ever going to be on the radio.
I could see it though. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I think if you did an album by yourself with drums that kind of had more of an up-tempo, or maybe the new Heat Miser, it could
Hello.
happen. Yes. Right when you're determined at one, and just not wanting it to.
Yeah,
Plus, this will be a lot of exposure to a group of people who will probably like it. I mean, most people that I know that were at that show you did with Mary Lou at the Congo went to see Elliott Smith back.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm happiest when I don't think about those things. But yeah.
Cool.
I should probably do a soundtrack now.